Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So good morning everyone. Wishing you all a very happy Radhashtami. It's Radhashtami there today, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Wishing you all a very blissful Radhashtami. And before we begin speaking on Bhagavatam, we can speak a little bit. Actually, Srila Prabhupada never spoke much about Srimati Radharani, because he's speaking about Srimati Radharani is like very, very confidential. So he never actually spoke much about her. Of course, he's written about Radharani in Caitaniya Caritamita. There is like how the discussion between Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Rai, so he wrote in his books, but when he gave lectures, he never much spoke about Srimati Radharani, because Srimati Radharani, she is the internal potency of Krishna. You know how we have Lakshmi Devi, she's in charge of wealth. We have Saraswati Devi, she's in charge of knowledge. So what is Srimati Radharani in charge of?
Aladini, the pleasure-giving portals.
She gives pleasure to Krishna, yeah, and she's in charge of bhakti, devotion. Yeah, she's the best servitor of Krishna. She knows how to serve Krishna the best, and those who are wanting to serve Krishna approach Srimati Radharani, and that's why we chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada gave us the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra, that O Madahara, O energy of Krishna, please engage me in the service of Father Krishna. So she's the internal energy of Krishna. And by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we are actually praying to Srimati Radharani. We are pleading for her mercy. The more we chant Hare Krishna, the more we are pleading to Srimati Radharani for her mercy. And that is what is the process given to us in this age of Kali. And that's the best prayer that we can have towards Srimati Radharani. So, of course, Srimati Radharani, she is Krishna's own pleasure-giving potency. So there is no difference between Radha and Krishna. Yeah, she's his own energy. Just like sun and sunshine, the sunshine is coming from the sun. So they're one and non-different. So Srimati Radharani, she is Krishna's internal energy, and we need her mercy to be able to get the mercy of Krishna. And that's why we are speaking. That's why we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, because we are pleading to her for her mercy to engage us in Krishna's service. So, of course, she appeared in Vrindavan. She appeared 2 weeks after Lord Krishna's appearance. And how she was born, she was found by Vrishabhanu, her father. She was found, and she was floating by in a lotus flower. So her birth is also very wonderful. It's not an ordinary birth. And then he saw this baby, such a beautiful baby, and he came and gave the baby girl to his wife, Kirtida. But they were a little sad. Why? Because the baby's eyes were closed. Why were her eyes closed?
She wanted to.
Sorry.
No, you can say Sneha.
Because she was waiting to see Krishna first. Her first glance
Yeah,
should be Krishna.
yeah, I know. Just imagine how much he loved him, huh? And she said, okay, I want the first person I see is Krishna. So Srimati Radharani, she loves Krishna the most. She loves Krishna the best way. But you know what? She she also invites everyone to come and serve Krishna. Somebody who serves Krishna, she's very happy. And she tells Krishna, my dear Krishna, here is a nice devotee. They know how to serve you better than me. Please accept. So she's so humble. She's not thinking, oh, I'm so great, Krishna likes only me. No, she's so humble that she's telling Krishna, here is a devotee. Please accept them. They know how to serve you better than me. So we can see her mood of humility and compassion. Srimati Radharani, very compassionate. Very compassionate, her mood. We can see when Lord Chaitanya came 500 years ago, Krishna came in the mood of Srimati Radharani and fully compassionate. When Krishna came as himself 5,000 years ago, he didn't openly give his love. But when he came with the mood of Srimati Radharani, so compassionate. Anyone, everyone, he was openly giving them the holy name, openly giving Krishna prema. Yeah? So, few of her qualities we can see. Of course, there are many transcendental qualities. She has 25, and she controls Krishna by those qualities. So Krishna is called Madan Mohan. And what is Radharani's name in that context?
Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan Mohini.
Yeah, why is that? Madan Mohan Mohini.
Because she even उन्होंने मोहन को भी मोह लिया.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. She attracts the attractor of Cupid. Krishna's attractor of Cupid, Madan Mohan. Madan is Cupid, Mohan attractor. And she is Mohini, attracting even Krishna. So, Srimati Radharani, of course, she's not even mentioned in Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami didn't even mention about her. Why is that? Does anyone know?
Yeah, I know. But if Snehaji wants to say.
Yeah, say, anyone. Yeah,
Neha, you
Sneha.
can.
Sneha,
Okay.
say. Okay.
It wasn't mentioned because Sukadev Goswami is the parrot, and if he will mention, he will go into ecstasy, and then whole Bhagavatam cannot be finished in 7 days. So that's why he did not mention.
Yeah. So right. See, he could have mentioned, but he's thinking of Parikshit Maharaj. Here again, we can see compassion of a devotee. Right? He's so compassionate. He's saying, no, no, no. My first priority is Parikshit Maharaj has to hear Bhagavatam. He's not thinking, oh, I am going to feel ecstasy. Let me speak about Radharani. He's thinking about Parikshit Maharaj. So how the devotees are, no? So compassionate. So this is a very nice day today. Of course, every day by chanting Hare Krishna, we are pleading to Srimati Radharani for her mercy. But this today, we can especially pray to her, ask her for her mercy to engage us also in Krishna's service. Give us also a drop of love from her unlimited ocean of love that she has for Krishna. Did any of you want to say anything?
Hare Krishna. Just in your
Hare Krishna.
context, when you mentioned that Prabhupada never spoke about Radharani. So there was this one time at Radha Ashtami, and Prabhupada kept on speaking about Krishna. And then somebody said, Prabhupada, it's Radha Ashtami. He said, I know that. It's okay because she's the one who is, who loves Krishna so much. So he just kept on speaking. And in the end, very end, she said that Radharani, who loves Krishna so much, it's her birthday today. So there was this incident. And then, yeah, like as you mentioned that he never spoke, it was very, very confidential. So even on that Radha Ashtami, he spoke whole lecture on Krishna only. And in the very end, he just mentioned about Radharani. And then this is one very beautiful instance when he always says that, "O dearest Radharani, if you desire so." He always says in the prayers that if you desire so, please tell your Krishna something about me. Like how we can approach in that mood that Radharani is your Krishna. And can you tell, please can you tell something about me to your Krishna? And that also if you desire. So this was such a one beautiful that I'll always remember about Prabhupada, like how he prayed, like how we should pray, how he told us like what should be our mood, how can we pray. It was a very beautiful instance. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Hare
you for
Krishna.
that. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else wanted to say anything?
Yeah, like in Vrindavan or mostly in Vrindavan, everyone first chants like says right Radhe Radhe
Yeah, the
to approach
Brajbasis.
Krishna,
Mm,
Vrindavan, yeah. So in
yeah.
fact, if we are saying that she's confidential, it's confidential, her love, then how is it that in Vrindavan, in fact,
Mm,
everyone talks about her, takes her
yeah.
name, right?
Yeah. Because they are Brajbasis. They have the right. Because they
Okay.
are Brajbasis. We are like they are on a they are they are her own people, right?
Yeah, because she's from
So
Barsana, right? From
yeah,
Vrindavan.
yeah, she's the queen of Vrindavan.
Yeah,
So they
Barsana,
have,
right?
yeah, Varsana. So they have the right that they can say that they chant Radhe Radhe. We chant Hare Krishna. It's the same though, you know. It's the same trying to approach Srimati Radharani for her mercy. Shri Radhashtami ki jai.
Yeah.
Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki jai. Okay. So we'll go on to today's verse. Does anyone remember any main point from yesterday?
The main point from yesterday was that we were seeing that how he was being killed, Hiranyakashipu being killed, and like sun and the moon, those stars looked pale in comparison to Nṛsiṁhadeva, and we were glorifying his splendor, his how his spark of his splendor it maintains the universe. So everything beautiful and the powerful that we see that comes from Krishna, and it is his tiny presentation, and his qualities are transcendental. So yeah, we were just mentioning about that how glorious he is, and like everything that we see that appears so beautiful to us, that is just the splendor, and he's very, very powerful.
Yeah, thank you. And we heard that how Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva are offering him prayers. Lord Indra is offering him prayers. So all the demigods that are present, they're offering appropriate prayers to Lord Nishinga. So we are going to continue. Shri Rishaya Uchu
Shri Vishnu Uchu
Tvam Nastapaha Paramam Athayad Atmatejo
Tumna Tapaparam Yat Atmatejo
Yenedam Adi Purushatma Gatam Sasartha.
Yene
Yenidam Adi Purushatma Gatam Tatsat
Tad Vipraluptam Amu Amunadya Sharanyapala.
Tad
Tad
Vipralupam
Vipraluptam
Amuna
Amunadya
Sharanapala
Sharanyapal
Raksha Grihita Vapusa Punar Anvamamstaha.
Raksha Grihita
Rakshagrihita
Vapusa
Vapusa
Raha
Punar
Amunava
Anvam Matsaha.
Hey. All the saintly persons present offered their prayers in this way. O Lord, O supreme maintainer of those sheltered at your lotus feet, O original personality of Godhead, the process of austerity and penance, in which you instructed us before, is the spiritual power of your very self. It is by austerity that you create the material world, which lies dormant within you. This austerity was almost stopped by the activities of this demon. But now, by yourself appearing in the form of Nṛsiṁhadeva, which is meant just to give us protection, and by killing this demon, you have again approved the process of austerity. So all the sadhus are offering. The living entities wandering within the jurisdiction of the 8,400,000 species of life get the opportunity for self-realization in the human form, and gradually in such other elevated forms as those of the demigods, kinnaras, and charanas, as will be described below. In the higher statuses of life, beginning from human life, the main duty is tapasya or austerity. Because animal life, we cannot do austerity. Trees, plants, birds, beasts cannot do austerity. But from human life, can begin doing austerity. Like, the austerity we are said, okay, fast on Ekadashi, fast on appearance day of the Lord. So like small austerities. As Rishabdev advised his sons, Tapodivyam Putraka Yena Sattvam Shuddhaye. To rectify a material existence, austerity, tapasya, is absolutely necessary. So this is Rishabdev when he was speaking to his sons. He's telling them you have to do austerity. However, when people in general come under the control of a demon or demoniac ruling power, they forget this process of tapasya and gradually also become demoniac. So Hiranyakashipu, he was not letting them do any austerity. He had stopped everything. All the saintly persons who were generally engaged in austerity felt relieved when Hiranyakashipu was killed by the Lord in the form of Nṛsiṁhadeva. They realized that the original instruction concerning human life, that it is meant for tapasya, for self-realization, was reaffirmed by the Lord when he killed Hiranyakashipu. So even when Lord Brahma, uh, when Lord Brahma was created, he couldn't see anything. He didn't know what's happening. He went everywhere, went inside the lotus stem, still couldn't understand. He heard tapa. Yeah, the Lord was telling him, do tapasya. And then he did tapasya for I forget, 100 of demigods years or 1,000 of demigod years. But anyway, that's how he got the notes. Huh?
They both mention in one of the time it is mentioned 100 years, and then in one it is also mentioned thousands and years.
Okay, thank you. And then he got the knowledge of how to create. So now the sadhus also realizing that austerity is needed, and that now that Hiranyakashipu is killed, now they can again begin austerity for self-realization. Not for anything whimsical, not for any material gain, but for self-realization. Shri Pitar Ucca Shradhani Nodhi Bhubhuje Prasabam Tanujer
Adani no Bhupte Shabam Tanute
Tatani Tirtha Samayepi Api Batilambu
Dattani Vattilambu
Tasyodaran Nakha Vidirna Vapad Ya Archat
Tasyodaran Nakha Vidina Vapad Ya Archat
Tasmai Namo Nirhare Khila Dharma Goptre
Tasmai Namo Hare Dharma Gopte.
The inhabitants of Pitralok prayed, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva, the maintainer of the religious principles of the universe. He has killed Hiranyakashipu, the demon who by force enjoyed all the offerings of the Shraddha ceremonies performed by our sons and grandsons on the anniversaries of our death, and who drank the water with sesame seeds offered in holy places of pilgrimage. By killing this demon, O Lord, you have taken back all the stolen property from his abdomen by piercing it with your nails. We therefore wish to offer our respectful obeisances unto you. So all the Pitra have also come. It is the duty of all householders to offer grains to all their departed forefathers. But during the time of Hiranyakashipu, this process was stopped. No one would offer Shraddha oblations of food grains to the forefathers with great respect. Thus, when there is a demoniac rule, everything concerning the Vedic principles is turned upside down. All the religious ceremonies of yajna are stopped. The resources meant to be spent for yajna are taken away by the demoniac government. Everything becomes chaotic, and consequently, the entire world becomes hell itself. When the demons are killed by the presence of Nṛsiṁhadeva, everyone feels comfortable, irrespective of the planet upon which he lives. So Hiranyakashipu, a very demoniac ruler, and because he is demoniac, he had stopped all the Vedic process of living, and that's why everyone was so much in anxiety. Like the sadhus were saying, he stopped the austerity. Here, the Pitraloka are saying he stopped the Shraddha offerings. He was taking it for himself, and not giving it for the ancestors. Shri Siddha Uchu
Sri Siddha Uchu
Yo no Gatim Yoga Siddham Asadu
Gatim Yoga Siddham Asadu
Ahar Shid Yoga Tapo Balena
Aharshit
Yoga
yoga
Tapo
tapobalena
Nana Darpam Tam Nakher Vitadara
nana
Darpam Tam Nakyam
Tasme Tubhyam Pranata Smo Nṛsiṁha.
Nṛsiṁha.
The inhabitants of Siddhalok prayed, O Lord Nṛsiṁhadev, because we belong to Siddhalok, we automatically achieve perfection in all 8 kinds of mystic power. Yet, Hiranyakashipu was so dishonest that by the strength of his power and austerity, he took away our powers. Thus, he became very proud of his mystic strength. Now, because this rogue has been killed by your nails, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. On earth, there are many yogis who can exhibit some feeble mystic power by manufacturing pieces of gold like magic. But the inhabitants of the planet Siddhalok are actually extremely powerful in mysticism. They can fly from one planet to another without airplanes. This is called Lagima Siddhi. They can actually become very light and fly in the sky. So the Siddhalok, the planet Siddhalok is where all the Siddhas are living. And they have this 8 Ashta Siddhi, 8 mystic perfections, becoming light, so light they can fly without aeroplane. And that is called Lagima Siddhi. By a severe type of austerity, however, Hiranyakashipu excelled all the inhabitants of Siddhalok and created disturbances for them. The residents of Siddhalok were also beaten by the powers of Hiranyakashipu. Now that Hiranyakashipu had been killed by the Lord, the inhabitants of Siddhalok also felt relief. So Hiranyakashipu became even so much more powerful than them that he is not allowing them to use their powers because he's become more powerful than them. So even they are happy now that he's been killed. Shri Vidyadhara Uchu
Shri Vidya
Vidyam Prathagdharana na Yunaradham
Vidya
Nyase Dad Ankyo Balavirya Driptaha.
Nyas
Sayena Sankhye Pashuvat Tatastam
Sayena
Sankhe Pashuvardhatastam
Pashuvatastam
Maya Nṛsiṁham Pranatasma Nityam.
Maya Nṛsiṁha Pranatas
Pranatasma
Nityam.
Nityam.
The inhabitants of Vidyadhar prayed, our acquired power to appear and disappear in various ways according to varieties of meditation was banned by that foolish Hiranyakashipu because of his pride in his superior bodily strength and his ability to conquer others. Now the Supreme Personality of Godhead has killed him just as if the demon were an animal. Unto that supreme pastime form of Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva, we eternally offer our respectful obeisances. So the Vidyadharas are also happy. The Vidyadharas, it seems they can come and go, appear and disappear uh, as they like. But Hiranyakashipu stopped them also from doing that. So now they are also happy that he's been killed. You can see how the different personalities living in different uh, planets were so much affected by Hiranyakashipu. He's ruling the entire universe. He became so strong. Except for Brahma, Vishnu, and Lord Shiva, he was ruling everyone. Shri Naga Uchu,
Shri
Naga
Chu
Yena Papena Ratnani,
Yena
Apena
Papena
Ratnani
Ratnani
Stri Ratnani Ritanina,
Sri Ratnani Ritanina
Tat Vaksha Pata Nenasham,
Tadvaksha Patanena
Sham
Sam
Datananda Namostute.
Datananda
Namostute.
Namaste.
Inhabitants of Nagalok said, the most sinful Hiranyakashipu took away all the jewels on our hoods and all our beautiful wives. Now, since his chest has been pierced by your nails, you are the source of all pleasure to our wives. Thus, we together offer our respectful obeisances unto you. No one is peaceful if his wealth and wife are forcibly taken away. All the inhabitants of Nagalok, which is situated below the earthly planetary system, were in great anxiety because because their wealth had been stolen and their wives kidnapped by Hiranyakashipu. Now, Hiranyakashipu having been killed, their wealth and wives were returned, and their wives felt satisfied. The inhabitants of various lokas or planets offered their respectful obeisances unto the Lord because they were relieved by the death of Hiranyakashipu. Disturbances similar to those created by Hiranyakashipu are now taking place all over the world because of demoniac governments. As stated in the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the men of the governments of Kali Yuga will be no better than rogues and plunderers. Thus, the populace will be harassed on one side by scarcity of food and on another by heavy taxation by the government. In other words, the people in most part of the world in this age are harassed by the ruling principles of Hiranyakashipu. We can see that. There's so much disturbance, so much unrest, so much injustice happening on the planet because the rulers are not taking care of the citizens. In fact, exploiting the citizens as Hiranyakashipu was doing. Shimanava Uchu
Shri Manava Uchu
Manavo Vayam Tavanite Shakarino
Manavo Vayam Tava Nideshakarino
Ditijena Deva Paribhuta Setavaha
Ditijena Deva Paribhuta Setavaha
Bhavata Khalasa, 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 Khalasa
Bhavata kalasa upasamrita prabhu.
Karvamate kim anushadi kinkaran.
Karvamate kim anushadi kinkaran.
All the Manus offered their prayers as follows. As your order carriers, O Lord, we the Manus are the lawgivers for human society. But because of the temporary supremacy of this great demon, Hiranyakashipu, our laws for maintaining Varnashrama Dharma were destroyed. O Lord, now that you have killed this great demon, we are in our normal condition. Kindly order us, your eternal servants, what to do now. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord Krishna refers to the Varnashrama Dharma of 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. He teaches people about this Varnashrama Dharma so that all of human society can live peacefully by observing the principles for the 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions, Varna and Ashram, and thus make advancement in spiritual knowledge. The Manus compiled the Manu Samhita. The word Samhita means Vedic knowledge. And Manu indicates that this knowledge is given by Manu. So Manu Samhita means the knowledge, Vedic knowledge, which is given by Manu. The Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord and sometimes empowered living entities. So yeah, sometimes the Lord himself comes as Manu, sometimes they're living entities specifically given this power. The Manus are generally sons of the Sun God. Therefore, while speaking to Arjuna about the importance of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Imam Vishva Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha. We just read this in the morning, if you'll remember. Well, it was
Yes.
last evening for you all. Yeah.
Yes.
This instruction was given to Vivasvan, the sun god, who in turn instructed his son Manu. Manu gave the law known as Manu Samhita, which is full of directions based on Varna and Ashram concerning how to live as a human being. These are very scientific ways of life. But under the rule of demons like Hiranyakashipu, human society breaks all these systems of law and order and gradually becomes lower and lower. So because if the ruler, the leader is demoniac, not engaging in Vedic life, not engaging in spiritual practices, then of course the common people are also going to follow that. Krishna says, no, that those who are powerful or those who are leaders, how they act, then common people follow that. So we can see that's what's happening now. We don't have any Varna Sharma society now. We don't have Vedic society. We don't follow rules and regulations. So thus there is no peace in the world. The conclusion is that if we want real peace and order in the human society, we must follow the principles laid down by the Manu Samhita and confirmed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Comments? Questions?
Yes. So that's why now the only way is to chant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
We can see, now there's no peace in the world in so many places. Yeah.
Yeah, there are wars going on.
Wars, yeah.
So much
Yeah.
unrest going on.
Not just in some places, but it's every moment in everyone's life. Every moment we are always surprised and shocked. So if we are always chanting, we won't be, like so bewildered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. You have to take more and more shelter of Krishna. Yeah. Shall we read one more? This one?
Yes.
Okay. Shri Prajapataya Uchu.
Shri Prajapataya Uchuhu.
Uchu.
Prajesha Vayam Te Parisha Vibhrishta
Prajishta Vayam Te Parisha
Nayena Prajavai Srija Munishida
Naye Prajave Jamurishita
Sa Esha Tvaya Vinavakshanu Shite
Sa Ishitya Vinavaksha Ete
Jagan Mangalam Satvamurti Taraha
Jagan
Mangala
Sattvam
The Prajapatis offered their prayers as follows: O Supreme Lord, Lord of even Brahma and Shiva, we, the Prajapatis, were created by you to execute your orders, but we were forbidden by Hiranyakashipu to create any more good progeny. Now the demon is lying dead before us, his chest pierced by you. Let us therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto you, whose incarnation in this form of pure goodness is meant for the welfare of the entire universe. So these are the Prajapatis, like Daksha was a Prajapati, those who are in charge of populating the universe. They're saying even they were stopped to have good population. So everyone is affected, was affected by Hiranyakashipu. Let's stop here for today.
Yes. And I want to say on this point, how today's children who are getting married, they don't really want to have kids. They're taking care of pets.
Yeah, that's another social problem that we face.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much difficulties now, to raise. They find so difficult to raise the children because the lifestyle has become so much that there's nobody to take care of the child. So it's like social problems that we are facing, at so many different levels.
But that is going to cause more irreligion because there won't be
Yes.
anyone who will be, so it's worrisome,
Yes, it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's right.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare Krishna.
Prajapatis are not the same as Mahajans, right?
No, Mahajans are those the pure
Who preach
devotees.
Dharma and Bhakti.
Yeah,
Okay.
bhakti. They preach bhakti.
Brahmaji, Shivaji, Naraji, all those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
Mahajan.
that's
So
right. And
Prajapatis,
Prajapati was like Daksh, Kashyap,
okay.
then those sages who were specially created to populate the universe.
Okay.
Yeah, that their duty was to have lots and lots of children so they can have them populate the universe then.
So there's a number of Prajapatis, like there's a fixed number or something, or
I'm not sure.
not sure, no?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many Prajapatis are there actually. We had read about a couple of them when we were hearing about Swayambhuva Manu and his descendants.
Right.
But exactly how much number, I'm not sure. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta